Okay, I'm gonna try horizontal filming from now on. I don't know why I wasn't doing that before. Probably because it's on my phone, but that's how we're gonna try to do this video, see how it turns out. So we're taking this thing off. I already got this other side apart, but taking this out to ship, I guess, the inside pieces to a relative of ours. So I was going to just make a quick video of the process of taking this apart. Okay, so this next part, I've got a chisel here, or a punch,
sort everything out,
and we have to tap out on it with a hammer and then twist it around, tap on the other side.
Well, I'll let you go. We're gonna run to town, see if these worked.
None of what's?
These sockets?
Nope, none of them.
That one fits.
Which one?
I'm pretty sure I can make that one work. Yeah, that is it right there, son.
Alright, so to get this inner piece off, you need a special socket that has these tabs sticking out, and they fit into these spots in there and unscrew that whole thing.
Probably should use a ratchet.
Why is it spinning like it's
I need a
off-center?
hammer to tap it in there.
Okay.
It's a tight fit. We're on. It should pop off. Lovely. Why is this seal stuck on there like that? That's weird. I guess 4 bolts in the back and it's off. I wanted to move this. See how well all this works. Got a pry bar or a screwdriver?
Yeah.
So your seal on this is a 2-piece seal. You got this piece that you push on first, then you got a piece you push inside your hub right there, and that's got a seal lip that rides inside the other seal base here. That way you're not damaging your housing. That was a big problem with the older trucks. You would damage this housing in here with a seal lip that would wear into it, and then you couldn't get them to seal. It's a really good design. It's took that in effect, and now we don't have to worry about that issue anymore.
We should probably mention what vehicle this
Oh,
belongs to.
this is a 2002 F250 Super Duty 3/4 ton axle, but the older 80 models, 90 models didn't have this type of seal in it. I want to say they call it a mechanical seal because it turns inside of itself, which is a 2-piece mechanical seal is what it's called. So it's a much better design to save your axle so you don't damage it. So we're going to pull these 4 bolts out, taking that whole backing plate off, and then we're taking these off, your shock mounts. We're sending these to Maine to a guy who needs them on his truck. His are rotted out. All this backing plate's rotted out. So I'm going to send them to Maine, because this is actually going to be a rear end we're going to do a project with, and we won't use none of this on it anyway. So I'm going to help the guy out and get him some parts.
Alright, so we got the right socket now, and a swivel with some tape on it. We put tape on this kind of swivel because they like to zip
It's
around
not an
too
impact.
much.
It's not an impact swivel. It will sling apart. Put tape on there to hold it together. The pins will fall out. Don't recommend it, but it will work. But we'll see how it works. I have impact ones. I just don't know where it's at right now. Be careful, because when it comes off, it will sling around and throw your stuff everywhere.
Oh, and off camera, you'd mentioned all this rust.
That's moisture from the axle sitting, not being used. There's moisture in here from the temperature change. I'm going to open the back end up because I want to use this rear end on another project. And I'm going to do some bridging and stuff on it, and I want to make sure this ain't rusting inside. If it is, I want to address it now so I can have it don't get ruined by the time I need it.
Alright, I got the other bolt off. It's pulling a ring off. And there's the whole
assembly. And we're just going to do that on the other side. Oh, let me show you something here. This one didn't have the emergency brake on it, but that one has a piece of it. And I'll show you how that comes off. All you got to do is get a screwdriver. And you have these little tabs right here that you got to push in. See them little tabs right there? You got to push them in so they'll go inside the metal, and you lean it to hold it. They can be aggravating sometimes, but they're like spring-loaded tabs. Once you get all 3 of them, actually put one in that slot, then you only got 2 to worry about. And then it just comes out and it just hooks, and that's your cable. That's how that comes off. Oops. Left hand thread, obviously, on this side, so you have to watch out for that.
Yeah. Other than that, it should be pretty much just the same process as the other side. And we did put this and this back in because we're just after the brake assembly. We're also pulling these shock mounts, which are just connected by this strap here that bolts in through these 2 bolts. So just undo these 2 and this comes off, and this whole thing will pop off. It's just a 15mm nut. Of course, it always helps to spray some lubricant on these older unrusted parts. I got the 2 nuts off, so now this U-bolt just slides out. And this. There we go. And it's just the same thing on the other side. Oh, hi dogs. Hi Dad. Here's a prime example of why it's good to have the proper impact socket. Swivel.
That's kind of why the tape's there, to keep it from slinging parts. But the loops cracked and busted open. It spread at a side and it all busted out. So that's why you should use an impact socket.